I feel like you get new type of character in the main female character of the movie. You get something new for the time, new and different. And I like that very much.
What's up everybody and welcome to a review of She Done Him Wrong. I'm Rick.
And I'm Anna.
For those of you who don't know, this channel is a bucket list channel, a channel in which we try to realize the goals and dreams that are on our bucket list. Today we're working towards one of those goals, which is to watch every movie that was nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards from 1927 to 2028. Today we're watching a movie, or reviewing a movie that we've watched from 1933, She Done Him Wrong. The way we're going to do this review is the same way we always do them. First part, spoiler free, so don't worry if you haven't seen the movie. And then the second part, we'll dive deeper into a few subjects while spoiling elements of the plot. But we will warn you before we get there. And then, at the very end,
the ranking.
Ranking,
right.
Yes. We will be ranking all the movies from this year of the Academy Award, which is the 6th year, 1932/1933. We've already ranked 3 of them, so it should be interesting to see where this one falls in the list.
I wonder.
Yeah, this is the 38th movie we've watched total. But before any of that, I have some general info about the movie.
Yay!
She Done Him Wrong. Paramount Picture movie that came out on January 27th, 1933. The film was adapted from the successful Broadway play Diamond Lil by Mae West. Mae West, by the way, is the main actress.
Oh, interesting. So she played the role in the movie adaptation of her own book?
Play.
Of her own play? Yeah. Sorry. Oh, okay.
It was directed by Lowell Sherman and stars, of course, Mae West as Lou, Cary Grant as Captain Cummings, Owen Moore as Chick, Gilbert Roland as Sergei, Noah Berry as Gus, and Rafaela Otiano as Russian Rita.
That's her name.
That's the name of the character, yes. Interesting cast addition to Louise Beavers was the only African-American actress to be brought aboard on the film by West personally. She wanted a black woman to appear opposite of her when she did stage and screen work. West made it a point to act with black American actors and actresses. Helping to break racial discrimination in entertainment. West's stage show resulted in her arrest for saucy material, and her having black actor on the stage was extremely controversial. With this film, she and Paramount bosses called the shot. Black stars appeared in this one and a few of her other films. So yeah, that's interesting. I can definitely stand behind the intention and what she was trying to do, like making black actors break into entertainment. Not sure I like the characterization of the role, but
like the way they were portrayed, or the role they had.
The way she was portrayed here, the black actress. The intention was good. The movie was a box office success, grossing $2 million domestically out of a $200,000 budget, 10 times its budget. And it was also critically acclaimed because it was nominated for Best Picture. That's why we're watching. This is the only award, Academy Award he was nominated for. But interesting information regarding that nomination. The movie, it's a short movie.
Right.
It's 66 minutes, and so that makes it the shortest movie ever to be nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, interesting. We have a record here.
Yeah, there was an animated cartoon done in 1933 called She Done Him Right, which is a parody spin-off of this movie.
Okay.
I'm interested. I wonder if this is findable anywhere. But yeah, that's all the info I had for you today. Let's get right into our spoiler-free discussion. So Anna, did you enjoy this movie?
I did enjoy it. I thought it was very interesting. I particularly liked the performance of Mae West, you said?
Yeah.
Right? I thought it was great. And not only that, but also her character. I feel like it's the first time we're seeing this type of a character. Not only like an independent kind of a woman, because we've seen that before, but also...
She's not only independent, she's on top.
Exactly, yes. Like, it's a female leading character who you feel like she's leading the movie too.
Yeah.
You know, like... everything revolves around her.
I enjoyed it too. I liked also that it was short, but it said everything it had to say. Nothing was lost, They had a story to tell, they told it in that 66 minutes, and you can understand everyone's personal motivation very easily, and then the story just plays itself out.
Right.
It's over, and you don't feel like, oh, something is missing. This is just 60 minutes. It should have been longer. No.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like they did it in a very good way.
Very efficient.
Movie. Exactly.
What would you say? So you talked about Mae West's performance. What about the other actors or actresses? Did you feel like it was a one-man or one-woman show in this case?
Not so much, no. Because even though she did lead the story, I felt like everyone, or pretty much everyone around her, was necessary in order to tell that story. Like the Russian Rita, yes. And then the boss of the local where they were staying, Gus. I feel like everyone's involvement in the story was necessary.
And it also serves well into like giving us more light into her character because she interacts with everyone.
Yes.
There's not one character I think that she doesn't have a direct interaction with, and so it shows you different facets. How if she's talking with Rita, how she would act, and how she would act when she's talking with Gus, and etc. So that's interesting. What about the look and sound of the movie? There's a lot of musical act in the movie too.
I thought that sounded great. I liked the musical parts a lot. As for the look of the movie, I don't have much to say. It looked good.
Yeah.
But I don't have much more to say than that.
But you would say, like, if you don't notice anything bad, then they did a good job.
Yeah, exactly.
So we mentioned the story a little bit. I feel like we both enjoyed the story. We'll get into it more deeply when we get to the spoiler section. But it's a good story.
It's a good story. It's an interesting story. You did say that the story is like being told completely. I do feel like at the end, maybe they leave a few loose ends.
Oh, yeah?
Not in the sense that the story doesn't feel complete, but there are some things that, happen towards the end, and it makes me wonder, I wish I knew what happened with this or with that part of the story.
I felt like every character had a clear end to their part of the story.
Yes, I guess.
But we can talk about it more when we get to the spoiler section. So would you, Anna, recommend this movie?
Yes, I would recommend it, definitely. I thought it was very interesting, very entertaining. I feel like you get new type of character in the main female character of the movie. You get something new for the time, new and different. And I like that very much. Yeah,
I would recommend it too. I enjoyed myself very much like you. And again, I feel like the movie, you're in, you're out, and you get everything you need out of it. 66 minutes is not a lot of your time. Go ahead and watch it. And now let's get to our spoiler section of this review. First, a synopsis of the movie itself. In the gay 90s, yes, they were called the gay 90s.
That's what they were called, really?
Yeah, the 1890s. In the gay 90s, a seductive nightclub singer contends several suitors, including a jealous escaped convict and a handsome temperance league member. So yeah, everybody is after this girl. Even the guy who you thought wasn't after her at the end really was
actually after her. And she's only after one thing. Diamonds. Money. Jewelries. Riches.
Yeah. Position. So it kind of puts her into a situation of dominance over everybody else because she knows
they want her.
Yeah. And she uses that.
Right. She takes advantage of it.
She even mentions sometimes during the movie, like, when that one girl was going to kill herself, and she said it's because of a man. She's like, oh man, whether they're married or single, they're all the same. They're playing a game, but I'm playing it too, Right. Yeah, exactly. And I think that describes her character really well. Yeah. So I want to get right into what you were saying before, that you felt some loose hands were not completely tied up. So what do you mean by that? Well,
I actually only had one specific thing in mind, which is the death of the Russian girl. In the end, they didn't even discover that she was dead. She just disappeared. Yeah. But we know that she died. And I felt like, nothing else was being told about it. Because she asked this one guy to get rid of the body. And then that's it. Like, we don't know what else happens. It's not, that's what I'm saying, it's not like the story is incomplete. It's just that I wish I knew what happened to that, But anyone who would be asking about her is going to jail or dead. So I mean, Gus and Sergei are both going to jail. The police people, the guy
Yeah, but you would assume that once everybody got arrested, you just assume Russian Rita escaped.
Probably, yes. And
Okay.
no one else talked about it.
Yeah. I don't think that there's someone actively looking for her.
Right. The only person who knows about it is the guy she asked to get rid of the body, and he's not just gonna say, hey, by the way, I got rid of a body on top of all the other charges that you have against me.
But I feel like apart from that, everyone else was pretty much done. By the end of the movie, you're like, okay, this guy's dead, this guy's dead, this guy is going to jail, this guy's going to jail, and she gets another diamond.
Right.
What did you think of that ending?
I mean, it felt it was very interesting because you feel like in the end there's no justice done really, because she had a major involvement in all of this, like all of the things that were happening.
To varying degrees, because the big crime that they were investigating, that the federal agent was there to investigate, she wasn't really involved in. She didn't know what was happening.
She wasn't even aware of it.
She just sent the girl to like, oh, they can help you, but she didn't know what they would do with her and what they were doing as their criminal activities. The one thing that is totally her fault is the murder, which you could say was self-defense, but she hid it, so it makes it worse.
Right. But there's also another thing that when the police came around asking about a person or another, she would lie about it.
Yeah.
Which means that whether she was aware of their criminal activity or not, she was at the very least aware that they're not doing, good things. And she was ready to cover for them.
She never lied about Gus's activity because she didn't know there was any activity. She just said,
she lied about that one.
But she lied about Chick being escaped from prison. Yeah.
And at the very beginning, that one guy who runs in there and says, "Can you say that I was here the whole time?"
But it's a pretty short movie. Is there anything in particular that you would like to touch on?
I think maybe there would be one thing, which is again about the main character, the main female character. As I was saying, she's a very strong, independent kind of woman, but like in another way from what we have seen so far. I feel like we're getting into the era, pretty much from the beginning of sound movies, this type of femme fatale kind of female characters that we've already had. We've already had a few examples in other movies that we've watched. And I feel like her character has a little bit of that, but it's depicted in a very different way. And I found that very interesting. I think that her character is one of the most interesting female characters that I've seen in all of these movies that we've watched until now.
I wouldn't expect many more of these, with the code being implemented harsher and harsher as the years go on. I think we'll see less strong female character, especially one who is so at peace with her sexuality and so open with it. I think we'll see less and less of that.
Yeah, and that's a shame, really, because it makes for a very interesting story. And frankly, it makes for a very real kind of a story. It feels very real.
And it's always nice to see that she doesn't define herself by the male characters, which is what a lot of main female character in movies usually do. They only exist because the male character is there or does something.
Right.
But she's her own person, and she really drives the whole movie. But yeah, I think we've pretty much said everything we had to say about this movie. It's very short, so there's not a lot in terms of the scenes to dig in, but I think we've explained how the strong female character was definitely the highlight, and her performance was really a highlight too.
Yeah, I think so too.
She plays it really well. Everyone else plays their role really well too, and the story fits in place perfectly. I would recommend it. You would too?
I would, yes, definitely.
Yeah. And now let's get to our ranking. So first, let's go over the current ranking. At number 3, A Farewell to Arms. Number 2, Smiling Through. Number 1, I Am a Fugitive from a Chain Gang. So my proposition would be number 2.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah?
I was thinking the same thing. It's definitely better than the other two movies, but I feel like I'm a Fugitive from a Chain Gang is just...
It's such a good movie.
It's more complex of a story, overall. Because performance-wise, I like them both at about the same level.
Yeah.
I feel like they were both really well executed. It's just that the other movies, I feel like it's more complex.
It's more ambitious too in terms of... Well, you could say that having that strong of a female character was really ambitious. Right. But in terms of filmmaking, the locations and Chain Gang and the shots that they take. Like,
yeah, I agree.
but yeah, I guess there wasn't much debate there, which
That
means
was easy.
our new ranking is, so at number 4, A Farewell to Arms. At number 3, Smiling Through. At number 2, She Done Him Wrong. And at number 1, I Am a Fugitive from a Chain Gang. That will be it for our review of She Done Him Wrong. Thank you for everyone who watched.
Thank you.
If you want to see more of our movie reviews, I invite you to subscribe. Like this video if you did. Comment in the comment section below. Have you seen She Done Him Wrong? If so, what did you think of it? But this channel is not only a channel about movie reviews, it's a bucket list channel in which we have 101 things that we want to achieve in our lifetime. And so check it out. If you like it, subscribe, and have a nice day.
No, I always did like a man in a uniform. And that one fits you grand. Why don't you come up sometime, see me? I'm home every evening.
Yeah, but I'm busy every evening.
Busy? So what are you trying to do, insult me?